A BIM model, in and of itself, is an ocean of information. In our previous demos, we have seen how Ares Commander enables CAD users to not only access this information, but also filter it, showing only what is needed in drawings. This is how we generated all the floor plans, elevations, and section drawings you see in this project. But the BIM drawings created by Ares Commander are also smart. They leverage the intelligence contained in the BIM objects to automate the production of drawings, which can save you precious time. Ares Commander automates many tedious tasks. In addition to the entities generated from the BIM model you have seen, callouts were added automatically to reference other drawings. Symbolic graphics, such as door or swing symbols, replace the section view of the corresponding BIM elements. The Ares Material Mapper helps you to customize the color and hatching of BIM entities based on their material. In the Mapper dialog, you can see some rules I created previously. This is a task I only need to do once for all my drawings in this project. You can use any of the CAD features you know from Ares Commander to add content to the drawings. For instance, in this drawing you can see that I added texts, dimensions, blocks, and CAD entities on top of the geometry automatically generated from the BIM model. The advantage of Ares Commander is that the drawings retain all the information from the BIM entities, opening the possibility of creating smarter annotation tools that will further automate the production of our drawings. With BIM dimensioning tools, you can select any BIM entity and get aligned dimensions very quickly. Let's do this with the outer walls. Note that in this case, the automatic dimensions have taken into account the existence of the doors and windows. Now, let's update the BIM model and we can see that the window has been relocated to the wall and, at the same time, the dimensions have been updated automatically. Again, we achieve this in just a few clicks. With BIM labels, you can choose any BIM entity and extract some of its BIM properties as an annotation. But first, we are going to activate the Labels Library palette to be able to visualize the labels that Ares Commander offers us. By the way, these tags are blocks with attributes that we can customize. Now we are going to add a door tag where you can see its height and width. We type the name of the block that we want to use. We can do it for a single door or select several at the same time. We can even apply it to all doors at once with a few clicks. Obviously, the same can be done with all windows. Additionally, we can use BIM labels for our walls. What would be the use case for BIM labels? One example is creating a label to make readable some important characteristic found in the BIM properties. It could be the name of this wall in Revit or some information about the material used. But most likely, you would expect to keep your label shorter. So a nice idea could be to identify the walls by a numeric or alphanumeric label. This could facilitate their identification and enable you to further assign them to a constructive detail, for example. For this purpose, we could use a label provided by Ares Commander or create our own custom label, which is basically about creating a block with attributes. Let's see how to do it. In this example, we have a rectangle, some lines, and a piece of text. Now we are going to add an attribute that can be used to give the wall a custom name, for example, W01. We will also incorporate an attribute that obtains data from the BIM model. In this case, it will obtain the value of IFC element, as we can see in the Properties palette. You could also incorporate other BIM data that you consider relevant to the label and that, in turn, remains hidden in the drawing. In this way, by extracting the data from the labels to a table, you will be able to obtain all the data, even that which is hidden. Now we create the block. We must save this block as an independent drawing, for example, with the wblock command, and save it in the directory that Ares Commander uses to read the BIM tags. After restarting the program, we see that our new label appears here. Now we can apply this label to a specific wall or to all the walls at once. Our project has evolved with more blocks, CAD entities, and texts, in addition to having added dimensions and BIM labels. So what would happen now if we receive a new version of the BIM project? We simply re-update the drawing from the BIM file in the BIM Navigator. Consequently, we see that the geometry of the building in this plan has been updated. The BIM labels that we have created were also updated automatically, eventually reflecting the new properties of the BIM entities. The same is true for our BIM dimensions, whose value is now reflecting any change that may have happened in the BIM project. In turn, all the CAD entities that we have drawn on the BIM geometry remain, so we don't have to create our drawings over and over again. This not only saves me time, it also avoids costly mistakes, so it ends up being a much smarter approach. I no longer need to waste time on tedious tasks like having to redraw everything again. After updating all our BIM drawings, we can turn to our Sheet Set Manager. Ares Commander has been automatically organizing my drawings into sheet sets. That makes it very easy for me to use the Publish command in order to generate a PDF of my project. And we also have the option to use the Pack and Go feature to generate a zip file that I could share with another Ares Commander user. To conclude, we are not simply sectioning a BIM model and importing just its geometry. The drawings keep associativity with the BIM model. That means we have fixed the broken workflow between BIM and CAD.